When we talk about healthy eating, the conversation often revolves around how much of a certain nutrient a food contains. But the real question your body cares about is, how much of that nutrient can it actually absorb and use? This concept is called bioavailability, and it's one of the most overlooked aspects of nutrition. You could be eating the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet, but if those nutrients are locked behind indigestible plant structures or bound to compounds that block absorption, your body might only get a fraction of what's available on paper. This is where cooking becomes not just a culinary choice, but a biological tool. Heat doesn't just make food taste better, it breaks open cellular vaults and frees up the compounds your body needs to thrive. Let's start with carotenoids, fat-soluble antioxidants like beta-carotene, lycopene, and lutein that are found in richly colored vegetables such as carrots, tomatoes, spinach, and sweet potatoes. These pigments play critical roles in reducing inflammation, protecting vision, and defending against oxidative damage linked to chronic disease. But in raw vegetables, carotenoids are often trapped inside tough cell walls made of cellulose, walls that human digestive enzymes can't easily break down. When you cook these vegetables, heat softens the fiber, disrupts the plant structure, and releases the carotenoids into a form your body can absorb far more efficiently. In fact, cooked carrots and tomatoes can provide up to 3 to 5 times more bioavailable carotenoids than their raw counterparts. Add a small amount of fat, like olive oil or avocado, and absorption improves even more, since carotenoids are fat-soluble and need fat to be properly absorbed. Polyphenol, another broad class of plant compounds found in vegetables, fruits, teas, and spices, also benefit from cooking in certain cases. These antioxidants are linked to lower risk of heart disease, improved cognitive function, and reduced inflammation. While some polyphenol are indeed sensitive to heat and can degrade if overcooked, others become more accessible when plant cells are softened. For example, the polyphenol in eggplant and onions can become more bioavailable after light sautéing. Similarly, thermal processing enhances some of the anti-inflammatory properties of foods like garlic and turmeric by activating or concentrating their key active compounds, such as allicin or curcumin. The right cooking method can reduce enzyme inhibitors or other naturally occurring anti-nutrients that would otherwise block your ability to absorb and benefit from these powerful phytochemicals. Minerals like iron, calcium, and zinc are also affected by cooking, but not in the way you might think. While minerals are generally heat-stable, they don't degrade like vitamins. Their absorption can be influenced by compounds present in raw foods. For instance, spinach and other leafy greens are rich in iron and calcium, but also in oxalates, which bind these minerals and make them less bioavailable. Cooking reduces oxalate levels, unlocking the minerals and making them more accessible to your body. A similar effect occurs with phytic acid in legumes and whole grains, which can inhibit mineral absorption but is largely broken down by cooking or soaking. Even resistant starches, found in foods like potatoes and rice, go through a transformation when cooked and cooled. This process, known as retrogradation, creates a form of starch that resists digestion and feeds beneficial gut bacteria instead. While resistant starches themselves aren't nutrients in the traditional sense, their prebiotic effects contribute to better gut health, improved insulin sensitivity, and reduced inflammation, making them another example of how strategic cooking can change not just what's in your food, but how your body responds to it. And then there's the issue of volume. Cooking vegetables reduces their size dramatically, which allows you to eat more of them in one sitting. A few handfuls of raw spinach may give you some folate and vitamin C, but once cooked down, you could easily consume several times that amount, meaning more fiber, more phytonutrients, and more long-term benefit. Heat can also make food more palatable and easier to digest, especially for people with sensitive stomachs or compromised digestive systems. That means fewer digestive issues and better absorption of everything from antioxidants to minerals. In the end, the goal isn't to avoid raw foods, far from it. Raw fruits and vegetables offer their own unique benefits, particularly for heat-sensitive nutrients like vitamin C and certain enzymes. But many of the most powerful compounds in vegetables are locked behind barriers that only cooking can breach. Cooking isn't an act of destruction, it's an act of liberation. It activates, amplifies, and delivers the nutritional payloads that plants have to offer, in a form your body can actually use. So the next time you roast a tomato, steam some kale, or sauté a bunch of mushrooms, you're doing more than creating flavor. You're boosting bioavailability, unlocking hidden health benefits that raw food alone might not fully deliver.